These aren't teenagers looking for a joyride.
What do we got today?
Cadillacs.
There's one, Coupe de Ville.
Right. Let's see. Let's get it.
These are professional car thieves. They're at work every day of the week. Anti-theft devices hardly slow them down. They're determined, skilled. They know what they want. They know how to get it, and they don't let anything stop them. Professional car thieves. In as little as 6 seconds, your car is gone. Nationwide, 2 cars are stolen every minute. In some areas, it's virtually impossible to obtain auto theft insurance. More than 1 million late-model cars disappear every year. Auto theft doesn't only happen in a few of the big, populous states. Here in Indiana, thousands of cars are stolen each year. Many are never recovered.
I'm Ralph Bonata, your Indiana Commissioner of Motor Vehicles. I'd like to take a few minutes to tell you about what this administration and your Bureau of Motor Vehicles is doing to substantially reduce these kind of losses. You see, while auto theft is increasing, the recovery of stolen cars is decreasing alarmingly. About 1 in 3 are never found because most are being taken by pros, not by kids out for a joyride.
What happens to all those missing cars?
Nice and clean.
Some go straight to chop shops, are dismantled and sold for parts. But most are sold.
And I got a fresh title to it.
Say,
I'll tell you, what do you say, $3,000, huh?
say, since that's a real fresh title, I believe we'll go about $2,000 for it.
Wow, you drive a hard bargain there.
Hot metal on the move, with the help of bogus documents, false auto titles. Indiana issues over 1.5 million auto titles a year, with an average worth of about $3,000. That adds up to $4.5 billion in new negotiable paper in the form of auto titles.
Oh, I love it. Looks brand new.
Yeah, it's a nice car. You know, I hate to part with it, but, well, you know how it is.
Oh, I hate to take advantage. You know, the price seems so low.
Well, I've got to sell it right away.
I'll have to go to the bank to get the money.
That's all right. You could write me a check. Look, I've got the title right here, and, well, I know a notary nearby. Listen, I'll tell you what. Why don't you drive, huh?
Well, thank you.
The work of a skilled forger can't be easily spotted. Steal, retitle, sell, and an innocent party suffers.
Miss, I'm sorry, but the car's stolen. We've got no choice but to confiscate it.
I paid for it. Look, I have the title.
Miss, the title is a forgery. The title's not any good.
How was I supposed to know that?
I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about that.
Over the years, we at the Bureau have been appalled at the wholesale duplication of auto titles. We've even discovered a printing operation which turned out Indiana titles in our state penitentiary. And we found some titles, hundreds as a matter of fact, that were as good or better than our own official certificates.
As I said, Mrs. Smith, everything for your loan seems to be in order.
The collateral is sufficient?
Oh, yes, your blue book value of your car is excellent. Now, if
Counterfeit crime is a $16 billion a year business in the U.S. And the auto title is particularly vulnerable to the forger's skill.
Here.
Up to now, the public has had little protection against the use of these forged documents.
And when can I get the money?
I'll have a check drawn immediately. It'll just take about 5 minutes.
Securing car titles against counterfeiting wouldn't completely stop crime. The professionals could still steal cars, but if they couldn't sell them as easily in Indiana, it would be more difficult for them to turn a dishonest dollar. That's why your Bureau of Motor Vehicles looked long and hard at a number of alternatives. The so-called safety papers, dyes, fluorescent inks, codes. Most are costly. All of the materials are easily available to criminals. All have no unique technology, and all had other drawbacks. Raised impressions called intaglio printing look good for a while, but it's hard for a non-expert to tell the fake from the real thing. But after considerable digging by our team of special investigators, we finally found a title security system that was efficient, economical, and secure. It's based on a technological breakthrough called retroreflection.
Retroreflection is an advanced technological process based on the principle of refraction that causes light to be reflected back to its source, no matter what the angle of entry of the light may be. The process imprints a series of images on a thin film embedded with 120,000 microscopically small glass beads per square inch. This image series, or legend, is only visible under incandescent light when viewed in a special manner. The transparent film is laminated to your certificate of title over the area containing the information which needs to be protected. It cannot be removed without detection. It can't be altered without detection. It can't be counterfeited without detection. Here's an Indiana certificate of title before the security system was introduced. Compare it with the new title that has been security film laminated. This is a professionally forged title, undetectable. Compare it with a forged title secured with this retroreflective film. They look the same, but the difference is readily apparent under the light. The retroreflective glass beads in the protective film also secure the document against other types of forgeries. The tiny spheres break and will not reflect light when cut, drawn on, or covered over. Again, undetectable under ordinary conditions, but easily seen under the viewing light.
Checking for a counterfeit, a fake, or a forgery isn't complicated or time-consuming. Simply hold a viewer to your eye and direct a beam of light on the title. Tabletop viewers are also available.
I think you're really going to enjoy this car. We've enjoyed it a lot.
If a viewer isn't available, or if you're buying a car from another individual and have no reason to own a viewer, an ordinary flashlight will work.
Sounds good. Let me just look at the title.
The flashlight or pen light should be held so that the source of light is near your eyes. Then the retroreflective characteristics of the security film can be easily seen. First, check the pattern of Indiana's state seal carefully. If it's been tampered with, it may not show up at all. It may be interrupted, or it may not be as bright as the reflective background. Next, check the entire film area for breaks, black lines, or smudges, especially in the critical information areas, the areas that contain the vehicle identification number, the name and address of the title holder, and the year and make of the car.
The system we're using is the only one available that protects both the information on the document and the document itself. Government agencies and universities have tried to make undetectable forgeries with this system. They all failed. So you can be confident in the system's effectiveness. As confident as the federal government's National Security Agency, which uses this system in critical security areas. In fact, our certificates of title, $4.5 billion worth each year, are safer, more secure than U.S. Treasury notes.
But this title security system, or any other, won't eliminate auto theft in Indiana. We've still got to take the necessary precautions. Take your keys, lock your cars, use off-the-street or well-lit parking areas whenever possible. And of course you, the banker, the buyer, the consumer, must remember to check every title that passes through your hands, every time. No system, no matter how effective, will work if it isn't used.
If used, this title security system can indeed protect you when buying a privately owned vehicle. It will eliminate the large-scale duplication and forgery of Indiana auto titles. Even if you never have a car stolen, it can save you money and interest and insurance. It can force professional car thieves to go out of state. Indiana is the first state to use this system to protect car titles. As more states adopt the system in the future, we'll see progress made in the nationwide fight against auto theft.
For further information, contact Ralph W. Van Netta, Commissioner of Motor Vehicles.